Hello everyone, this is a very popular question that I have from my clients. So how to pick a right investment unit? Is it possible to still earn from new launches of property nowadays, and what should I buy? So before I continue, remember to click the like and subscribe button to earn property, okay? So without further ado, let's start. So we do see many articles about the new launches. For example, the Park Town selling over 87 units on day 1 with an average of 2,360 PSF. The Ori, the latest new launch, also sold more than 86%, selling an average price of 2,700 PSF. Also, we see many other new launches doing so well. So is it like a new normal thing? And is it possible to still make money from new launches today in the private market? So what can they do if they really want to buy a property for investment? So watch to the end to see what's the key important thing that you need to take note of if you want to buy a new launch and also make profit for your own investment for property itself. And if you want to make a 300,000 profit, how can you do it? Is it possible to do it? And what should you focus on if you want to earn more than 300,000 profits from the new launches today? So today we will look at the different unit types and layouts. What's the best unit type that you should also consider to earn a profit of at least 300,000? And we'll analyze a total of 6 developments today. If you have any developments that you want me to analyze beyond these properties, feel free to contact me and I will share with you more about the properties that you are curious about. So the first property that I'll be analyzing today is the Treasure at Tampines. So the Treasure at Tampines is actually TOP in 2023. So it actually is a very new development that recently collected keys around 2 years ago. It's a development that is also developed by Simlin with a total of 2,203 units, and you have a total of 1 to 5 bedroom unit types over here itself. In each of the development, I'll also be analyzing the profits based on the unit type so that you know if you want to make a profit of 300,000, what kind of cash or unit type should you be looking into it, and how can you better prepare so that you can actually buy a property to make the profit of 300,000 or more. So in Treasure at Tampines, you can see that there's a total of 503 profitable transactions, which means that out of the 2,200 units and owners over here, around 500 owners have already sold, which is around 25%. So in this development itself, we have 1 to 5 bedroom, and respectively, there are different amount of profits that is made by each unit type. On average, we'll see a total of 261,000 profits from the development, and there is a highest profit of 815,000 profits made by the development itself. What this means is that in a short of 3 to 5 years over this period, the owners at Treasure at Tampines, they actually exited and made a total of 261,000 profits to 800,000 profits on average. And of course, this profits is different according to the unit type, the layout, and also the facing itself. And on average, for the 1 to 5 bedroom that we have here, for the 1 bedroom, they are making 125,000 profits to 213,000 profits. For the 2 bedroom, is from 171,000 profits to 305,000 profits. 3 bedrooms from 225,000 to 500,000 profits. And for 4 bedroom, they have a total of 300,000 to 610,000 profits. And for 5 bedroom, we have a total of 461,000 to 815,000 profits. So the numbers might seem very complex, but if you really want to make 300,000 or more profits, which unit type is more suitable for you? So to earn a profit of at least 300,000, right, we can see that you need to be investing in either a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom minimally to earn this amount of profit, because for a 1 bedroom, for the owners, the maximum amount of profit they have made is 213,000. If you want to make more profit of more than 300,000, maybe 400,000, 500,000 or 600,000, we also look at the other slides in the next few examples so that you can make a better analysis and also gauge how much a new launch condo can actually make in terms of the different sizes. But based on Treasure at Tampines itself right now, usually if you want to make 300,000 profit, your investment should be a 2 bedroom or a 3 bedroom. Does it mean that you cannot buy a 1 bedroom unit for investment? No, actually it means that if you are buying for investment and really your budget is 1 bedroom or 1 plus study, maybe you will actually take a longer time to reach a total of 300,000 profits. Maybe you need to flip sleep 2 times and buy a 1 plus study 2 times for you to make that amount of profit, as compared to someone who have enough funds and cash to actually buy a 2 and 3 bedroom for investment right now. So we will look into 5 more examples of new launch developments that have TOP recently in 2023 and 2024 to determine how much we need or what kind of investment will be suitable for us in order to make a profit of 300,000 or more. The next example that we have over here is Clairvon. So Clairvon is a property that is at Clementi Avenue 1, and this actually reminds me of Alta. Alta is also a recent new launch, and we do have units available left for the Alta. For Clairvon, why is this property interesting is because along the Clementi Avenue 1 and Clementi area, right, there are not a lot of supply because Clementi all along is known for being a school zone, and the parents who are buying into Clementi area, more than often they are staying more than 10 years because their children will need to go for primary school, secondary school, and also polytechnic, and also the university around NUS, NTU. And so for parents that are buying to Clementi, more than often they stay more than 10 to 15 years because they want their children to finish their whole education before they consider. And that's why for Clementi area we have a very tight supply. For Clairvon, because it have a very low supply itself, how much have the units in Clairvon made in terms of profits? So in Clairvon we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 bedroom types, and in this development itself we have a total of 640 units, and right now there's no transaction for 5 bedroom units, perhaps because the buyers that buy into Clairvon for 5 bedroom, they themselves are looking for staying and they are not looking to sell at the moment. And also at this quantum, right, this price, usually 5 bedroom owners, they have really waited so long to hold this unit. Unlikely they will want to sell unless there's really a push factor for them. So for the Clairvon profits, how is it like? Out of the 640 units, a total of 96 owners have already exited Clairvon, and these are the profits for 1, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom. So for 1 bedroom, there's a range of 125,000 to 232,000. For 2 bedroom, from 250,000 to 350,000 profits. 3 bedroom from 300,000 profits to 600,000 profits, and 4 bedroom from 500,000 profits to a total of, wow, 906,000 profits over a short 3 to 4 years when they buy a new launch. So making an attractive profits of 300 to 900,000, this means that you can actually sleep and perhaps don't do work, and you can also earn money from property because you choose the right property itself. So for Clairvon, the profits are really very good, and later I'll also share with you why Clairvon and other developments that I've selected today actually make them a good investment unit for their investment. And by chance, if you're curious about the development Alta which I mentioned here, Alta right now is still for sale, and you have a lot of different bedroom type units that are available. Feel free to contact me to find out more about Alta. And right now the Alta's average is around 2,544 PSF, and it's a project that is after harmonization, which means it will not be fair to use a before harmonization price PSF to compare with a after harmonization price PSF, and I'll share more with you when we actually dive into Alta when you contact me. So for Alta, is a project that is a new launch. It will only TOP in 2029, as compared to Clairvon right now, it have already TOP in 2024. So for Clairvon, you can move in immediately, but you might want to take note, because if you were to enter into these resale condos right now like Clairvon or the Treasure at Tampines which I mentioned earlier, right, because the owners have already made so much more profit, is it worth it, or are you okay if you were to enter higher than your neighbor by 400,000, 600,000 or even 900,000? Will you be alright to know this fact? And what if you were to exit in the future? Does it add to a risk when you are planning to exit? The next example that we have over here is the Riverfront. So Riverfront is a condo that TOP in 2023, and it's a condo that is at Hougang Avenue 7. So the total number of units that we have here at this Riverfront is 1,472 units, and right now there's a total of 409 owners that have already exited and profited from this development. On average, the profit for the Riverfront residences is 215,000 up to a total of 850,000 over here. So for Riverfront residences, there's different bedroom types from 1 bedroom all the way to 5 bedroom, and these are the profits that we have over here. If you're looking at somewhere around 300,000 profits, right, it's safe to say you need to consider bigger than a 1 bedroom, and maybe like a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom will be ideal for you to earn total of 300,000 or more profits. And of course, you have more capital, feel free to consider a 4 bedroom or 5 bedroom, or maybe a 3 bedroom plus study, because more than often when you see the profits right here, right, if you want to earn more more than 300,000, more than often you see is actually the size that you have in terms of the layout that you buy times the PSF increase. So the larger the size that you buy for the new launch development, the higher the potential of profits, because if all of them were to increase, for example, by 300 PSF, in short, if you buy a development that is 1,000 square feet, you will have earned a total of 300k from waiting for the development to be built. And that's how you can actually earn more money while buying a new launch and waiting for a new launch to be built. The fifth example that I would like to share with you here is Woodleigh Residences. So Woodleigh Residences is also interesting because it's actually an integrated development. Woodleigh Residences, if you remember correctly, is actually near to the Woodleigh MRT, and also below you have the Woodleigh Mall right here. And one question that you might think also, does it mean that if you buy an integrated development that has so much more convenience, you actually earn more than a new launch that is further away from the MRT? Should you buy a new launch or a resale condo that is closer to MRT because you think that the price can increase more? When you have time, pause the videos to see the profits in between the different layouts and compare whether you actually make more over the same time period. You will get your answer there. So in Woodleigh Residences itself, we have a total of 667 units over here, and right now there's a total of 68 owners that have already exited the development successfully. The profits for Woodleigh Residences is ranging from 300,000 up to a total of 630,000, and in this development there's a total of 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom type. There is no 5-bedroom types over here. So if you want to make a profit of 300,000, if you choose the right layout, potentially a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom can let you make this amount of profit. And next here we have Park Clementi's, which is another iconic development. Park Clementi's is in the Clementi area, which is also around a school zone itself, and it TOP in 2023, and with a total of 1,469 units. So right now Park Clementi's have around 228 owners that have already exited safely from this development, and the profits are ranging from 360,000 all the way to until $1 million. So for the $1 million profit is actually from a 4-bedroom over here. Sometimes you might want to consider a 4-bedroom instead of 5-bedroom if the price is really at a huge discount and is undervalued. It doesn't mean that, the bigger you buy, you can actually get more profits, because right here, even though a 4-bedroom put in lesser cash than a 5-bedroom, the ROI is actually better than a 5-bedroom in Park Clementi's itself. Maybe because the quantum is more affordable and acceptable to the audience and buyers of the Park Clementi's. So for a 300,000 profit, then again, a 1-bedroom or a 1+ study, it may be too small for you to earn this amount. If you want to reach 300,000 profits, maybe you need to hold this unit slightly longer, maybe another 2-3 years before you reach 300,000. Hopefully, assuming this property continue to rise at the same growth rate, if you want to earn 300,000, a 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom can definitely let you reach this amount of profits within a short time of 3 to 5 years. So you can also see the holding period here for the Park Clementi's owners is only 3 to 5 years before they earn this amount of profits itself. Last but not least, we have our last example over here, Florence Residences. Then again, if you have any developments that you're curious and you want me to analyze for you, feel free to contact me and I'll analyze for you in terms of the profits. How is it like for this development itself? So for Florence Residences, it's a development in Hougang, and next time in the Hougang area, there will also be a new MRT line, and that is also the Cross Island line. And Cross Island is actually something interesting, and that's why for the Florence Residences, it could be potentially something undervalued that you can consider if you are looking for something that is in Hougang area and closer to MRT line, and maybe you will continue to appreciate as a resale development itself. So for the Florence Residences, it actually TOP in 2023, and you have a total of 1,410 units. Right now, a total of 287 owners have already exited, and the profits are ranging from 220,000 all the way to 728,000. So for a 300,000 profits, then again you can see a 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom will definitely help you to reach your goal earlier of 300,000 profits. And for this development, there is a 5-bedroom layout, but the 5-bedroom layout again haven't been sold in the market, maybe because the owner is looking to keep their own unit for homestay, and right now we do not have a 5-bedroom profit at the moment as of filming today. So what can you learn from these 6 examples that I've shared with you in terms of the new launches that have TOP in 2023 and 2024? Which development do you think can help you to earn this 300,000 profit if you're looking to buy a new launch for investment? So if we look at the average of the profits of all these different private condos that I've shared with you earlier, including the Treasure at Tampines, Clairvon, Riverfront, Woodleigh Residences, Park Clementi's and the Florence, we do have here the profits from 1 bedroom to 5 bedroom layouts. You might want to take a time to pause or screenshot at this screen so that you can better gauge if you want to earn X amount of profits, which should be the bedroom type that you should be focusing on. Because if you say that, I want to invest in a 1 bedroom and earn 300,000, to be frank, I think that will be challenging, or maybe you need to hold for a longer time. Yeah, so if you are looking at 300,000 profits over here, definitely the answer is clear. Getting a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom at the right condo will get you the right amount of profits. Don't get me wrong, not all new launches make the same amount of profits, because for the examples I have here are developments that are much more better and ideal for investment. If you are curious what are the important key points to take note for the new launches to make this amount of similar profits, I'll be sharing with you later on. So what are the important things that you need to take note of to find a good investment property, and this development is something that will continue to appreciate in the next 5 years, next 3 years. So I'll be listing 6 important key points that you need to consider. If you need to have a deeper analysis in terms of the development itself, feel free to contact me. So what are the 6 important key points? Number 1, you need to look and understand the future growth areas if you buy into that new launch. So for example, you can also look at the URA master plan map to see what are the plots that haven't been sold around the new launch developments. Is there any growth in the area, or did the government announce in the news that they'll be developing the area in the future? Number 2, you need to understand the supply and demand in the area. So supply is how often is there a new launch in the area, and in terms of demand, it refers to if the buyers want to move into the area or upgrade into that area, what is the number of buyers that will be key in the area. Because some areas, right, there are actually not a lot of buyers, while some areas have more demand. For example, Clementi usually have more demands because it's a school zone. For the third one is choosing a good layout, which I will also be sharing with you one of the examples later on. And also, fourth one is checking the entry price and entering at a good reasonable price that is undervalued. You also need to understand about the nearby resale price for the private condos if you're entering into a new private condo. Number 4, checking the developer break-even price. So the developer break-even price is very important here, because for developers, more than often they are doing this and they want to make a profit. But if the developer is charging you way above their break-even price, maybe more than 30%, more than 20%, this is something that you should be careful of, because if the pricing when you buy into the development is very high, you will take a longer time to earn the same amount of profits. And last but not least, you need to check the profit of the nearby developments. Like what I shared with you earlier, for the nearby developments, how much profits can they make? That is also a good gauge in terms of the demand, because if there is a demand in that area, likelihood the profit in that nearby development will actually be very healthy. Sometimes if you look for the profits in certain areas, even though there are different new launches coming out, the profit seems to be stagnant. There are not a lot of demand because perhaps there are not enough good primary schools around that area, or maybe there are not much new developments in the area, and that's why the buyers are not looking into the area at the moment. So profits of the nearby development is something important that you can look into, because there are past history data which you can use to anticipate for the future, and is much more accurate and reliable in terms of the statistics and numbers. So if you're curious in any of the points for the condo developments that you are considering, feel free to contact me again. You can drop me a WhatsApp, you can drop me an Instagram message. I will answer to your inquiries and help you to analyze for the properties that you're interested in. So for the layout type, which I'll be sharing with you right now, how can you choose a better layout that let you have a chance to earn more profits? So for example, we have a layout comparison for Orel and also Tenet. These two are new launch executive condos, and for these two developments, right, you need to understand that in terms of the difference, how does it impact your price. So for example, for Orel, right, we do have here the blue color, which is considered the harmonized area. Because some of you may ask me, Jia-En, how come nowadays the ECs or the new launch are getting smaller and smaller? This is because of the new ruling called harmonization, and right now the aircon latch are not being calculated inside the square feet, and because it's not calculated inside the square feet, that's the reason why the size may seem smaller on paper. But on actual fact, if you to walk around the new launches, like you enter the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, you do feel that it's actually the same as the previous new launches or a resale condo. The main thing right here is really the aircon latch, and because of the aircon latch right now is not included in the paper calculation, the PSF is much higher. It does not mean that the price is actually much more expensive, because in terms of the quantum, it could be the same or even lower than the current new launches or like the nearby resale. So this is something that you need to take note of in terms of the layout. And also also in terms of the layout, there could always be something different which will also impact your profit when you are exiting. So for example, for Orel and Tenet, it's actually an EC that is side by side, but you can see from here, Tenet do not have an additional balcony space. But it's very rare. Usually executive condos or private condos, people are buying into condo for balcony space to enjoy their time in the balcony. And we do have a very small study over here. So the study is half or 1/3 or the normal usual study size. You can only put a chair here and you can't really do much, like make it into a proper flexi room or like make a wardrobe out of it. It's really a study for one person, not even two person. So this may be a very awkward layout if you were to buy a 3+ study. So these are how layout type may differ and affect your profit, because if someone were to look at these two developments, they will feel differently even though the price quantum may be the same. So I have another example over here. So for this layout between the Orel 5-bedroom and Tenet 5-bedroom, right, you can see that the difference in terms of the size. So Orel's 5-bedroom is 1,356 square feet and Tenet's size is 1,561 square feet. Even though these two developments are side by side and are a proper 5-bedroom, one is harmonized, which means they do not include the aircon ledge over here, and one is pre-harmonized, which means it includes the aircon ledge over here. But if you look at the layout, which is a better layout? To me, it might seem that Tenet's size, the 5-bedroom, is bigger, but actually the layout might not be better than the Orel's layout. Why do I say so? Because if you see this balcony, do we really need a balcony in bedroom 4? And also for the study over here, is this study big enough for, let's say, 3 kids to study around the house? It's not a proper study. You can have more tables inside, or you can change it to a flexi room or a helper room or an additional wardrobe. These 2 extra space are not very efficient. But in terms of the profit potential, it actually will affect very greatly, because for these 2 layouts, the size difference is 205 square feet. And if we use today's price of the Orel or EC price, right, if the price difference is a total of 1,600 PSF, this means that if you were to buy into these 2 5-bedroom, the price gap between Orel and also Tenet, right, can be easily 328,000 difference. So for example, if Orel is 2 million, for Tenet it will be priced 2.328 million. You are paying 328,000 more for a space that you're not really using, which is the balcony that is at bedroom 4 and the study over here. So with this layout inefficiency, or it might not be as efficient, it will result in the difference in the profit potential of these 2 developments. And likelihood, I can say Orel may get more profit after it MOP because the quantum is much more acceptable for the 5-bedroom owners. So really, understanding the layout will actually make a difference in terms of the profits when you're exiting, and you should consider layout in terms of looking for a right investment unit. So the next important point that I have over here is understanding the developer's break-even price. So earlier I mentioned that you need to understand the developer break-even price, because if the developer is very greedy, they can actually start a new launch on a higher price and earn more profit margin from day one, and that actually result in them having more profits for the developer. But for you as a buyer or a seller, it's actually more risky, because if you were to buy high, does it mean that you need to sell high? Yes, you also need to sell high. So if you need to sell high, right, the buyer will need to fork out more, and they actually will compare as a resale buyer which one is more suitable for them in terms of staying. And that's why you want to find a development that you are not buying high. It's best if you buy low at a lower price, and then you can make more profits for your investment unit. So how do we see the price in terms of the developer's break-even price? Here I have the same examples over here. So for example, the Treasure at Tampines, at that point of time, the break-even price for developer Simland Group is 1,166 PSF, but on the actual day of day 1, the starting price is from 1,096 PSF up to 1,335 PSF. So if you analyze the data according to the developer break-even price, right, if the developer is pricing lower than the break-even price, definitely you should grab this development. And if the developer is pricing within 20% profit, it's something that you can still consider, because 20% is a reasonable amount of profit for a developer to want to get into this project. If the developer is not making money, why would the developer want to be a developer? They can actually just sit around, do nothing, and also not make money. So confirm the developer wants to make some profit, but how much is a reasonable amount of profit for the developer as a new launch? It's usually around 20% from the break-even price. Next we have here, which is Clairvaughn, shared earlier in terms of the profit. So for Clairvaughn, right, the developer's break-even price at that point of time was 1,400, and the price that is starting from was very close to the break-even price. Same for here, which is Riverfront Residences. years. Back then, the break-even price of developer was 1,202, and the starting price, some of the units, especially the bigger units over here, you see that it's lower than the break-even price. The starting price was 1,094, much lower than 1,202 break-even price, up to 1,307. That's why for the bigger unit types, why can some bigger unit types make more money? Because they're buying lower than the break-even price. They're buying at a discount. So buying at a discount definitely allow you to have more possibility of making more profits, even more than 300,000. And the next three examples that we have here are Woodleigh Residences, Park Clementes, and also Florence. You can take your time to take a look at the statistics. It will be ideal for you to look into a development that have a price below or near the break-even price. Maximum price that you can consider, right, usually is around 20% from the break-even price of the developer, because if you are buying into a development that is way higher than the developer's break-even price, there could be a chance like the developer will drop the price at the end of the day, and before you exit, you're already making a loss. So what are some examples of developments that make a loss? One example is actually the One Burnham. If you remember a few months ago, One Burnham, the developer suddenly said, oh, I'm going to give a discount, and suddenly it sold 100%. So for One Burnham, right, in January 2025 this year, the developer slashed the price up to 27%. You hear it right, there is a 27% discount from the price since day one. Means if you enter on day one, you actually make a loss. You're not making a profit. So really not all developments you can buy into it, because some developments the developer are pricing high from the start. So for One Burnham itself, imagine today, you put 2 million inside the development, and before you exit, you already lose 27%. That's a few $100,000. So you do not want to buy the wrong property. If you're buying property for investment, do make sure you're buying into the right development with the right layout, the right comparables nearby the developments, and you will definitely make a profit. Do not go into developments that the developers are selling at such a high price. It's something that you need to look up into. So if you're curious about any further new launches that you're getting into, feel free to contact me. I'll search for you the break-even price and also share with you the profits of the nearby developments. What is it like if you were to get into the development itself? So with that, we come to the end of the video. So today I share with you about the profits of the newly TOP projects in 2023 and 2024 recently. How much have these new launches made throughout these 3 to 4 years, and how much do you need to invest to get a profit of more than $300,000. Likelihood you need to choose a bedroom type that is 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, or even bigger. The bigger unit type that you are choosing, the likelihood that you can actually earn more profit based on your investment itself. Of course, you need to focus in terms of the demand and supply in the area, the layout that you are buying into, and also you need to understand what is a developer break-even price. Because as I mentioned earlier, the developer break-even price will actually play a big role in terms of your profits. If you were to buy at a lower price, if you buy in the lower price, of course you have a higher possibility of getting a higher profit. So today, if you want to buy a development that can easily let you make a profit of more than 300,000, these are the different things that you need to take note of. And if you're still confused at this point of time, or you have any other developments that you want me to analyze, feel free to contact me on my WhatsApp at 94314533, and I'll actually share with you more over a personalized Zoom or call for over 15 minutes. So with that, we come to the end of the video. Remember to help me like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because I'll be filming weekly and will be uploading videos very regularly so that you can also earn money together with me. Because as an agent myself, I also believe in property very much and have been also purchasing property through my career, and I'm definitely more than experienced enough to actually share with you about the different property analysis that I have over here. So with that, thank you so much, and bye bye.